Hi, my name is Dino. I'm here at the Cultural Gardens with the Wisconsin-Nicaragua Partners section. And we're working on the garden itself, planting different, what we would like to give people a feel of Nicaragua. Many of the plants are exotic or tropical, but again, many of the plants have to be removed every season. There's a few that are native, so we're trying to get native plants that look very tropical and to also draw on a habitat for butterflies and birds in this flyway along the Wisconsin River. Now, the cool thing is, we have a challenge. The challenge is that a lot of the plants cannot stay over the winter, so we have to be able to house them, collect seeds, start new beds every season. So again, to keep the cost down, that's what we're going to be doing, is collecting a lot of different seeds. A lot of the plants, you'd be surprised, actually are from Central South American region as well as North America. But when you look at some of the other gardens that are here, you'll see certain plants that are actually native to North America. Many plants have spread around the world, and it's actually humans that have done a lot of that spreading of plant species. And when we're in Nicaragua, we see things like bananas and other things like that, but they're not native to the area. But again, there's a lot of unique plant species that are from the area that are considered cultural as well as commercial for uses all around the world in your garden and other places. But one of the things we want to do is educate people about, their impression of a certain area, that their impression is oftentimes wrong. So again, when I'm out here, I'll tell people, yeah, these are bananas. People think of, bananas coming from Central, because that was considered the banana growing region, and it is. That's where we get all our bananas from. Problem is that bananas are from Asia. See, there's a connection between Asia and Central and South America. And a lot of the produce that people get is just like that. Ginger, I have 3 different gingers planted, but the gingers will have to come out. So there's a ginger here. Again, we're trying to add plants that are native to fill in the blanks. So this is a native plant that's just growing, and that's actually a black walnut. It's not native to South America, but it kind of gives that tropical feel of some of the big leafy plants down there. And then this one is a bird of paradise. Everybody always assumes bird of paradise are tropical looking, but they're actually from Africa. But so there's a lot of trade going on around the world where different plant species are brought in and out of tropical regions. These are giant hibiscus. So these are some that come back from the ground every year. So they go dormant and they come back every year. This is actually a flowering plant that's native to down there, but this is a root vegetable. A lot of the plants are root vegetables, and the people eat them. So there's a lot of these plants that are actually edible for people to eat. And these popped up from seed, but this is the same plant. This one right here, that's in the tobacco family. Many of the plants are in the tobacco or the nightshade family. So this is a dwarf banana. And a lot of people don't think of this, but here is this is something everybody gets at Christmas time, and that is a poinsettia. Poinsettias are wild all over in Central and South America and Mexico. So that's actually that's a Nicaraguan one. These have a root base. These are semi-tropical, but these grow in the United States, okay? So these are the canaflowers, and canaflowers look very tropical, but I mean, if you're down in places like Florida or warmer areas, they're everywhere because people can grow them there really good. Here we have to pull them out every season. This one is a Central and South American plant too, but this one has berries on it. So again, one of the things we wanted to do is we wanted to plant plants that had edible leaves, edible berries. The goal with our garden though is not only to be pretty, but also to draw in butterflies in the fall. So this is a stopping point on the Wisconsin River. This is a stopping point for animals, birds and butterflies flying south down along this river system. Almost 10 feet tall. This is a native sunflower. Now again, a lot of people always assume sunflowers are from around the world, but sunflowers are a New World species, and you're gonna see a lot of sunflower species even here in your backyards. From little ones this tall all the way up to tall ones. But this is what they call the Jerusalem artichokes, but they actually are called sunchokes. This one is actually a trumpet vine here, but this one comes back. This will take our cold climate, but this comes back every year and has big red, beautiful trumpet flowers on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to probably put the pot around this. So I just have the pot used with another plant right now, just for kicks and giggles, to see how that one holds up. And then this one will be in the pot, and then it'll grow right up here and have big, beautiful flowers to draw more hummingbirds in, because they're bright red flowers. One that has to be taken out every season will be this one. These are passion flowers. Passion flowers also produce a fruit. A lot of people eat passion fruit or have passion drinks, you know, made out of passion flower. And the goal here, I would like to be able to do, is have enough produce or fruits being grown so we could actually do like a juice day and just do a really fun, have a juicer out here. And even if we have to convert one of our bikes into a juicing machine, that'd be cool, because it would show them how we could actually use the bikes, form them into something else, because the bikes, we have that bike project. So, and I've seen juicing bikes, and it's really cool, because that's how people down there make money for their families. So this is just one that's growing nice, you know, and this one has the blue flowers, there's red flowers, there's purple flowers, there's all different colors of passion flowers. So the thing is, we got to overdo it when it comes to planting. We have to expect that certain plants are going to be eaten. So in this case, we had some sweet potato here. So there should, if you see right here, this one's barely making it, okay? And this one was planted at the same time as the other ones. But see, there's a rabbit that loves the sweet potato, and he keeps coming out from the rock formation, and he eats this. And this is just a very prolific sunflower designed to be cut like your grass to sprout out even more. So sometimes things getting nibbled on or chewed on or ripped out sometimes isn't necessarily a bad thing. It has to be able to withstand certain things. See, we have native pollinators coming in. So here we have, this is one of the native bumblebees, or the humming, the bumblebees, I'm sorry. A lupin down here. But unfortunately, it's not doing very well because it really needs something to crawl on. This is also a native flower down there. Oftentimes, this is an ornamental shrub that people have in their yards. You see these in blue, you see them in white, you know, but they're actually from Central and South America. So these are, again, in the tobacco family, but these are actually what they call trumpet flowers. And so this is the angel's trumpet. And this one has big yellow flowers, or big pink, salmon pink flowers on it. And again, these grow in Central South America. And sometimes you see beautiful red and purple-ish. There's actually a purple one down in South America. Beautiful blue, purple. But that one's too far south. And you also have to be very careful when you're planting some flowers, because every flower or plant has very powerful chemicals in them. So South and Central American plants are known for their medicines, the capabilities. So this one right here is actually a poisonous plant. So we have to be very careful where we put these poisonous plants so people aren't eating them. And we hope people aren't going to eat them. This one actually has a little bit of wind damage on it, but it actually there's an insect that was grazing across the top here. So again, who knows what that insect was? It could be a butterfly larvae. And again, a lot of the insects or the butterfly larvae will take the toxicity of a plant, they'll put it inside of themselves. And what you see in the toxicity is actually the bright, beautiful colors of that animal, okay? So either the bird has beautiful colors or the butterfly has beautiful colors, but if you've ever been down to Central or South America, you see beautiful butterflies, like the blue morpho butterfly eats a specific kind of plant. Certain plants produce certain toxicity, and only certain animals have the ability to take that chemical and turn it into something beautiful. When we see beauty, it's not what we think it is. It's like, oh, look at that beautiful blue butterfly. Well, guess what? That beautiful blue butterfly, or that bright red, insect, is telling you, hey, don't touch me. I'm bad tasting. I'm toxic. So there's just something that you got to keep in mind. This was just a small one. Now it's branching out. This one stays low, and that one is the same species, similar to that one right there. So it's in the tobacco family. One of the other things that most people aren't familiar with is, again, we want to do some edibles in here, and this is stevia. So stevia is a sweetener. So in nature, plants are designed to lure animals in. They want to lure the animals in. So again, they're going to produce extra sugars here to try to draw on insects or animals to eat them. And when an animal or a plant eats them, then guess what happens? Then that plant will grow even more stronger than it was before. So there are a lot of different other plants, like I said, that actually rely upon animals or insects to chew on them, and that causes the plant to grow faster. So in the rainforest, you see a lot of that extreme going on. You have a cactus that's planted at the base of here, and that's actually very common to the cactuses that are found in the region. This plant is Nasturtium. Will grow into a nice little bush. So you can put it on salads, but the flowers are extremely hot. It kind of tastes like radish. Yucca is also native to certain areas. So we have two kinds of yucca here. One is more variegated type, but that's commercially designed. Yucca is also used for a lot of different things, from alcohol to food, and it's actually pretty good. This one has a yucca root, and when the yucca does come up, it's more of a what they call Spanish sword almost. Spanish sword is very similar to what's down there, and when that grows tall, they will harvest it. You know, harvest the leaves to make rope. They harvest the leaves to make other things. This plant this is actually tobacco. So this is a wild tobacco variety, and it's got the big trumpet flowers again to be pollinated by probably a moth at nighttime because it's white. And again, we do see some hummingbird moths and things like that show up, or sphinx moths. And this is ready to be harvested, honestly. I mean, these are big leaves that would be dried. The dried leaves, you know, were then cured. And again, you have to be careful when picking the leaves because the leaves have a toxicity, you know. And again, a lot of people, you know, are worried about certain toxicities, but a plant produces toxicities. But that's not stopping, like, say, aphids from coming in. So here we have an aphid outbreak on this one plant. And these are just sitting here eating the new shoots where there's higher toxicity right there in the leaf. It's a nice plant architecturally. And again, it's feeding hummingbird moths and other things, like possibly, you know, the hummingbirds themselves. Again, you know, we have vines that are growing up the sides of things. And we have other ones that are down there that are native. So I don't know if you can see the flower. It's not really a true flower, but it's like colored leaves. They're pink. And we have some that are yellow or orange. These are Bougainvillea. Bougainvillea is found all over there. And it's like roses. They have roses growing everywhere in Central and South America. We also have another one that's up here, which isn't really strong right now, but it will grow bigger. And this one has beautiful, beautiful flowers on it, bright red, and that's a dragon fruit. And a lot of people go to the store and they're like, what is this funky looking fruit? But it's actually off of a succulent or cactus. That's a cactus that grows high like an epiphyte on a tree. Okay, so the whole idea is to create color, a little bit of color here, and just a splash of what Central America looks like. Because when you see the people in their dresses and their clothing, they're very colorful, very pretty. The goal, I would like to hope that down the road that we would have more sculptures in here that would actually kind of reflect that color and movement, you know. But again, the movement also is sometimes in just the flowers and the animals that are here. This is a really sweet smelling flower. Again, this one has to be pulled out every year. But this is a beautiful flowering plant that's from Central and South America.